Hey guys, my name is Jennifer and I am Jenofeve Designs. Today we're just gonna get started. We're just gonna jump in to adding something to the fins just to kind of give us somewhere, like a jumping off point, like somewhere to start, just like so we're not dealing with this blank, where do we go from here kind of situation, right? So this is the album we're currently working on. It is the mini album mashup, album 2, and we are using a printable paper collection called Christmas Spectacular by Katie Petite. I will have the playlist for this album right here in the cards and in the description box and in the first pinned comment of the video below this video. And everything is linked in the description box. There is a list for the printables from my Etsy shop. There is a list of the printables from the paper collection from Katie Petite's. Why do I say it like that? I always say her name like that. From her website, there is a link to a Amazon list for this specific project. So if you want to check anything out, that's the place to look for very specific things, like my printers in there, like the products that I'm using, like watercolor stuff. I try to make lists for each project. And then there is, what else is there? There's just a lot of really useful information down there. A lot of resources that I use all the time. Okay, there'll also be timestamps for this video as well. So the last video we made the covers and did the binding. That was fun. That was a journey, wasn't it? A journey, but look, it all turned out perfectly fine. Everything is good and sturdy. It's the next day. Nothing's falling apart. Nothing's ripping, tearing, nothing. Everything is good to go. I have to laugh because it was a little bit comical. So today we're just going to do something to the middle of every one of these fins, and I'm going to try just to do something, just to get the flow, just to get the creativeness for this album going. And sometimes it takes just doing something simple. So what I have done from the set of templates, I'm going to move this out of the way, is I have printed off page 9, which is like this little fancy edge, top and bottom page. It kind of sticks up a little bit from the regular page. I printed this off 4 times onto 80-pound white cardstock, and then I printed the printed the printed red and green stripes are from her paper collection that is linked in the description. I printed on one side, I printed one color, and on the other side, I printed the other color. So I printed 2 of each. So 2 red on the front, 2 green on the front, and when you flip them over, it's the opposite. So there's 2 green, 2 red. So altogether, there are 4 pages. So I printed the red and white stripe 4 times, and then green and white stripe 4 times. I just altered, I didn't make them all exactly the same. So I printed the page that's going to be facing up on 2 of the red stripes and 2 of the green stripes. Okay, so I've already cut 2 of them out, and I left these like this so that I could show you real quick what it looks like, because it could be confusing if you didn't see it right offhand. See, so the front of this one is green, and then the back of this one is green, right? So the front of that one is red. So here's what they look like all cut out. Here, let's do it the opposite. Right, so basically what we're going to do is I'm going to do the other 2 off camera, but we are taking this tab off, and we're leaving this tab on and cutting this away, and then I'm going to score and ink both sides. Okay, so I'm going to do that to these 2 off camera. I did trim off, I did trim it, obviously. So I'm going to do the other 2 off camera. And then the other thing I did was, this is from the Photomat's Essentials. I printed 4 pages. This is from the Photomat's Essentials, and it doesn't have the photo corners. It's just going to have the black border. So your 3x4 photos will fit inside of these little spots here. So I printed 4 pages of these onto 28-pound paper. I've already cut out all the other ones. I'm just going to cut this one out off camera. So that's 4 pages total of that. And then I have some embellishments. But I'm going to do this first, and then I will be back with you I think, the embellishment part. Oh, you know what else I'm going to do? So each one of these, what I'm going to do off camera, I'm going to do two with you right now. The pattern, the printed side, the printed template side facing up, we're going to put the tape on that tab. So I'm going to put tape on each one of the tabs the exact same way. I saw, by the way, I went to Darlene's website and the purple color is out of stock. But there is like a red, I think it's red. There's other colors. It's the same thing, there's just other colors if you want to check those out. So anyway, so I'm going to do that to these other two, and I'm going to trim this other one out real quick, and then I will be right back. Actually, I changed my mind. I'm going to go ahead and put these two in the album. We're going to go ahead and install them in the album, and then I will do the other two off camera and install them in the album. So I'm going to alternate the colors. I just need to decide which color I'm going to start with. Do I start with green and then red, or do I start with red and then green? I think I'll start with red because that's like the most traditional. First I need to make sure that these are not too tall. Very slightly. I'm going to just trim a little bit off of this tab, just a tiny bit. Just so it doesn't stick up too far from the tab itself, from the fin. Just a itty bitty bit. It's not gonna hurt anything. Oh, my printer. Yeah, so when I attach this down, I'm going to make sure that I don't go over top of the top part of this fin. So, maybe I should do it going from the back forward. That might be easier to see. Okay, so I'm going to start with the green one then, and I'm going to just lay it down like this. So I'm going to make sure that the score mark for this page can fold over top of that fin that's on the binding. Okay. So I'm going to remove the tape backing. I'm going to do my glue stick trick. Just to give me a little bit of wiggle room. It doesn't really help, like, you know, keeping everything attached together. I mean, I guess it doesn't hurt, but it's not a necessity. And there will be other things. Whoops. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I think something is wrong. Hang on. Let me double check something really fast. Did I print this wrong? My son was printing some stuff, and I'm wondering if I accidentally printed something wrong. Hang on, let me double check, because that would not be nice if it is. Okay, we're just gonna have to go with it because I've already printed it. And it's okay, there'll be other things on top. It's just, it's a little bit shorter than it should be. So, we're just going with it. Now I'm gonna have to go and look and see what the problem is before I continue on. Alright, I'm trying to line it up here. And it's okay, it's fine that it's a little off. I'm not going to be mad at it. And again, remember that these things are going to get covered up, so don't stress over that stuff. So you just want to do that, and then I'm going to do the same to this one. Let's see how this one printed. This one printed the same way. Interesting. Interesting. I wonder if the whole thing printed like that. The whole thing. Everything that I printed, I'm wondering if there's a bit of a bit. You know, when people use your printer, they could change settings and not even know they changed settings, you know? So. Okay, same thing. I'm just going to lay it on here. I'm going to try to line it up at the top just like I did with the green one. So we'll do all of them the same. If they're all a little wonky, they're all going to be wonky together. So as long as it can fold over top of that tab, you're doing good. Okay? So again, this will be covered up, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the other two, and I'm going to trim the photo mats out. And what else? I might go ahead and stamp them too while I'm off camera. So basically what that means is I'm going to take my 3x4 photo stamp, which is from my stamp set that I created with May. I have it linked down below. And if it's out of stock, just put yourself on the wait list for when it is back in stock. And you don't have to do this part if you don't want to, but I'm just going to stamp a 3x4 right in the middle. And that way it just lets people know that a 3x4 goes there. So I'm going to do that to all of them. And then I'll be back. Okay. Okay, guys. I'm back. It's actually the next day. I couldn't finish recording yesterday, so it's actually the next day. And I just hit my wrist. I put some wood on the fire downstairs, and I just hit my wrist. It hurts. So I think I left off by saying I was gonna attach all of these to the fins, and I did. And I did it's not really a test because I already did it. So I added something to the mix as well. But I wanted to say a little something about these cutoff pieces. So we've got all these cutoff pieces. Wouldn't these, if we don't use these as like tags for or matting, using it to mat something in the album, wouldn't these make great Christmas tags for your gifts for Christmas? Using something like this, and then, you know, writing their name on it and like a gold marker or something, or putting a label on there and a gold marker. That would be so sweet. Also, I wanted to say, these, if we cut these down, take the white off, we can use these kind of like a washi tape. You remember how I showed you a show back where I printed the pattern onto washi paper, right? Why couldn't we use paper? I mean, it's not see-through. So, you know, don't throw these away either, because these might be fun to use somewhere in the album. But anyways, I'm going to set these aside. I'm going to put them out of the camera view. So the other thing that I did was I took and splattered gold splashes on the pages. So not all of them. I'm going to do one with you. But I did this side, and I did these two. I didn't do a lot. I just did a little. And then I did these two. Can you see? I hope you can see it. I can't tell in my monitor. So we'll do this one and this one together. So how I did the splashes, well, first of all, this really good cheap watercolor. I'm gonna go ahead and squirt some out on there. I was watching something earlier today about slang and Appalachia and just the way people say things. And I say a lot of things that I didn't realize were so, what's the word? It's not, I can't think of the word. An older dialect that I think I kind of inherited from my mama and papa. And I think that's kind of funny, because I didn't realize that some of these sayings were from, you know, a different time or a different dialect. so to speak. And I just thought that was cool. So anytime I say something weird, I'm going to start second guessing myself. Like, ooh, is that one of those, is that one of those things that I didn't know was from, you know, the old ways? All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, I just grabbed, this is coffee stain paper that I just cut up from other pieces, and I'm gonna put a piece over here because I really don't want to get it too splattery. And I'm gonna put a piece under here. I don't want everything else to get too splattery. And then I got me a little strip that I'm gonna put in the middle, just because we're gonna be covering that stuff up, and there's no point in, actually I'm gonna try to do it like that. There's no point in wasting the gold splatters on something that we know 100% will not be seen. So I'm just gonna do that, and I just added water to this watercolor that I put on this stamp block here. And this is a fan brush. You can use a toothbrush, you know, whatever you can use to make like little splatters. So you want to kind of concentrate on areas that the photo mats are not going to be, because, you know, you're not going to see what's under the photo mat, not really. So I'm going to take a dryer. I'm going to use my heat gun, and I'm going to dry this up, and then we'll do the next page. Okay, I think I got that dried. Yes, I did. So I'm going to flip this over. Oh no, I need this here. I don't want to get it all. Again, it's not going to matter, you guys, because it's going to be covered up. But again, we don't want to be wasteful. Okay, but I am going to leave that there, and just so I don't double up on the, let's do that. I'm getting sparkles all over my tabletop here. Okay. Oh, you guys will be happy to know that my son, I told him what I was wanting to do, screen record me messing with my printer settings and stuff, and he showed me, y'all, you guys are not gonna believe what I was gonna try to attempt to do, and he was like, nope, Mom, let me show you a better way. He was laughing at me, but he helped me. So our generation, we need some help with the technology, don't we? All right, now I'm gonna dry this. Okay, it is dry. I'm going to remove these pieces. Now they're good and sparkly as well. I swear I cannot. I'm sorry, I shouldn't say I swear. I cannot tell in my monitor. I don't know if it's my eyes or if it's my monitor, and I've been struggling with my monitor, or is it my eyes? Okay, I will stop rambling. All right, I do have all of the photo mats stamped. So the idea I have is this. Okay, first I'm going to explain. This is going to be in the middle of whatever I put on the front of this fin and whatever I put on the back of this fin. This is the middle piece. I always like to put photo centered? I like to put pages in the middle of each fin that are just for photos. You know, you add your photos there. It's like a little extra bonus. There's no flip flaps, pockets. That just photos, okay? Well, sometimes there's flips, but there's no pockets and stuff. But anyway, so I was gonna do 3x4 photo mats, right, on each one, and I might spread them apart a little bit, because in the set of paper, the printable papers, there were labels and things. Well, I did the little test print, not the test print. I did the index print, and it's this size, so it's really small, which is fine for some things, but I wanted these labels to be bigger. So in my printer I can do 9 to a page, which is like 9 wallet sizes to a page. So I printed the black with the stripe on the top, right? And I thought I could use these. Now if you don't want to do that, if you don't want to or don't know how to do that with your printer, I also wanted to share that the rectangle labels that I have in my shop have a set of black labels in them, and you can just print these off. They're pretty, well, they are the exact same size. They just don't have that extra little bit of embellishing, and they've got a different corner. So if you have these and you don't want to mess with your printer with these, or you don't have these, either way, you can just use these. Okay, so here's my idea. I was going to do this. And I'll add this to the collections list on Etsy, just in case you want to use that instead. And then I'm going to try to do them all kind of the same. Then I printed this page with some of the little tabs that say Happy Holidays and Merry Christmas, and then some blank ones, and then there's some other sayings up here because I didn't quite know what I wanted to do, but I printed, I think I printed 4 of each one, 4 copies of each one, and so that's an index size sheet on my printer, which is really tiny. So I cut out the one that says, oops, let me show you on the green one real quick, because I wanted to do opposite colors since I've got this one cut out. Let me show you on this one. I wanted to do like opposite colors, green and red, right? So if my thing will sit still. So I wanted to do something like this and then add this here. I'm probably, you know, I'll trim that off probably. And then, remember I showed you that one sheet. This is printed onto washi paper, and this is, I think, the rub-on bundle from the paper collection from Katie Petite. It's the rub-on bundle. And so remember I told you I took her like title sheet and I just cut this image part out and made it a full sheet and printed it onto washi tape. So then I thought I would use these as an added little extra something like this on top of that. So I think that'll be a cute little embellishment for the center of these pages. What do you think? Also too, I wonder, I probably could, you guys, leave that sticking out a little bit. Let's do that. Let's not cut it off. Let's leave it sticking out. That'll be fun. Okay, let's do that. So I'm gonna need how many of those? I've got 4 pages front and back, so I'm gonna need 8 of these. I'm gonna cut these out, and then do I have 8 bells? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ooh, I don't. Let's see what else. Let's see what else. Is there anything else on this page? No. Where's the rest of the washi ones that I printed? Here they are. Sorry about my sniffles, you guys. It snowed this morning. There's my striped washi. I guess I could use some of these hollies. Again, I think, no, this is from the foliage. The rub-on bundles. This is from the rub-on bundle, if you would rather use something from the same bundle. Okay, but there's somebody on my porch delivering some schmamazon packages. I don't know why I always pause, like they can hear me. How many did I say I need? I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I need 2 more images. So I guess I'll do these little small holly clusters. All right, I'm gonna do that really quick. Which ones do I want to use? Maybe the ones that are like longer. I'm gonna do this one, I think. And let's see, is that about? Whoa, come back. And that one. And again, you use whatever you want. You can use whatever embellishment that you want. Let It doesn't have to be on washi. I just thought it would be pretty because it'll be a little translucent and you'll be able to see what's underneath. You can write on this washi paper, so that's not a problem. Alright, so I'm going to do this. I'm going to cut everything out. Oh, I guess I need to talk about the other things too. Sorry about this. I meant to do this a little bit more of this off camera, but hey, it is what it is. My printer always has to say something, doesn't it? It always has to talk to you guys when I'm filming. Okay, I'm going to put that aside. So I need what do I need? 1, 2, 3. I need 4 red thingies and 4 green thingies. So I got 1 Merry Christmas. I kind of like, I mean, I guess I could do plain as well. And I guess, well, okay, I'll just do 1 of each. How about that? 1 of those. 1 of those. So there's 2 red. And then I'll do a Happy Holiday green. 2 green. And then I need 2 more of each. So I'm going to do, sorry about both of those. It just says Happy Holidays and it's tree time. And then I'll do 1 each of this, of the ones that are kind of empty. Okay, so I am going to spend some time and cut all of these out, and then we'll come back and put it all together. I think it's going to look really good. I hope. Let me know. Let me know what you think. You know, stop the video right now. Go leave me a comment. Oh my gosh, I am so sorry. You guys are crooked. Oh, I do not like that. I was watching a video the other day, and it was like the table was going this way. I was like, oh, I had to listen and not look at it. It drives me batty. So I apologize. Okay, there we go. I'm gonna try not to move you guys again. I'll be right back. Okay, I got everything cut out, and I was just sitting here thinking, I was trying to figure out what's the easiest way to do this, right? Like mass make them. I'm hot. Hold on, I gotta take this off. What's the easiest way to mass produce these? And so I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put photomat, and then the label's gonna be sticking out of the page on this side. So for 2 reds, I'm going to make sure I do 2 greens with these on this side, and 2 greens, I'm going to do 2 reds on this side. And then if you flip them over the opposite way, same thing. The tab's going to be, or the label's going to be sticking out this side. So I'm going to put 2 greens on this side, 2 reds on this side. That way I can mass make them, and it won't take as long, I hope. I did replace one of these tabs. I had literally cut it out, didn't leave a white border, but the rest of them I left a white border, so I was like, whoop, that's not going to work. So I did replace that. So let me see here. Let's start with the ones on the right, and then, well, we're going to have to do one of these holly pieces on each side. So I'm going to try to sort real fast just so I can equal it out. Like some of these are small, right? These are small, so 1 on this side, 1 on this side. This one, I don't know if you can see, I took my gold marker, my gold deco color marker, took it and tried to give it a little bit of shine. I'm not sure it's necessary. Once I put the sparkles on the page, I think that it's not necessary. You can't really tell anyway. But anyway, okay, so, uh-oh. 1, 2, 3, 4, okay, yeah. I thought, oh no, I don't have enough. Well, there's only one that's kind of like this. That's okay. We'll put this over here, and we'll leave those over there. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I don't know why I'm nervous to do this. It's so silly. Okay. I'm gonna get some glue. And I didn't ink, I'm not gonna ink anything up. I'm gonna take and glue these down right about round about where I want them. And then I'm gonna put the washi, I think, over top somehow. But I'm just gonna glue down this tiny little edge here. Tiny little edge. Why does it gotta be a tiny little edge, you ask? I don't know. It just sounded fun to say, I guess. Okay. So I'm not going to go all the way over to this edge. I just want it to be kind of wonky looking. So I'm going to do that. I probably should use white glue for this because I can get a smaller, well, no, that's not too bad. A smaller bit. And they don't have to be exactly the same because they're going to be on different pages and they're going to have different things on them. So right, everybody's close. That's close. Close-ish to being the same, I think. Okay. So then I'm going to take these and we're going to stick them on here. We might have to trim a little bit off one way or another. I just can't decide because I had a thought and I don't know if I'm going to continue with that thought. But since I'm going to maybe leave it sticking out the side, what if we did put like a pull on each one of them? That might be fun, but I only was going to use the red and white baker's twine, so that might not be as cute as I think it should be. So I might not. I could also, I got an idea. Okay, all right. Okay, I am going to put these over to this side a little bit. You guys, awesome. I'm sorry. If I don't have things fully planned out and ready to go, I do tend to kind of like, get like sidetracked quite a bit. So I'm going to take that off. I'm going to, because again, I can trim these up. So if they're hanging off one side or the other, I can trim them up, or top, wherever. Just trim it up really good. Did I hit the record? I did. Whoa. So the washi paper does show a little bit on that black, but it's not bad. So I will do that, and then I'm going to come back and trim this off. That's really cute. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that for all of them. And I'm probably going to fast forward it. But I do think that might be a good idea to put a hole reinforcement. Okay, so I took a second. I went to look at my stuff, in the other room. And my initial idea was to do a hole reinforcement, a bulb pin, and a jingle bell. These little mini jingle bells, right? I mean, can you hear it? It's like there's something magical about the jingle, 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 jingle. But I don't know. I don't know if I like that. I don't know, right? So it's kind of hanging down, which is kind of weird. And then I grabbed a paper clip, a little mini paper clip, and I put the jingle bell, and I also did a, what's this called? What's this called? A sequence on there. I like this better, I think. But I think I would like gold paper clips. Little mini gold paper clips. And I have some. They're just so expensive. I mean, they're tiny too. Ooh, let me see if they'll even work. Okay. So I also, here's my bulb pins and my mini paper clips. These are Tim Holtz. Both of these, no, these are not. These are just regular bulb pins that I rusted, and then these are Tim Holtz mini paper clips. But while I was back there, and then this is just plain old gold sequins, I found all of these things. So they're sequence mixes. They're like for shakers. Well, I found all these back there. I didn't realize I had so many things, right? Do you think we should do a shaker? Should we do some form of shaky in our album? So, because you can use anything. You can use sequins, colored sequins. You can use these. It looks like there's penguins for some reason, and candy mints, like peppermints and stuff, disc type things, and then snowflakes, and this one has little candy canes. I don't know. What do you think? I know it's hard to see because of the glare, but you don't have to have these exact same ones, but would that be fun? Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. Okay, but I am definitely doing something with these little jingle bells. So let me get one of my trays out. These are my, what do I call these? Triangle trays. You can, it's a freebie in my Facebook group, or if you don't do Facebook, I do have them listed in my Etsy shop, but they're like, they cost you money in the Etsy because of listing fees and all of that. But they also come with a bigger tray, like a full size big tray. Oh shoot, hang on. Sorry about that. My husband came home and, man, you guys, there we go. My husband came home, I was like, don't be noisy. Anyways, what was I saying? Trays. So you can purchase them in my Etsy shop. It's just like $1 something, $1. I don't even know what it is. Or you can get the freebie version in my Facebook group. So these are just little, you print it out, you put it together, easy peasy. So I'm just gonna dump some of these out because they are terrible to try to pick up. Okay, but I want to experiment real fast. No, these aren't gonna work. These little paper clips aren't gonna work. There's not enough room for dingle dangle. Dingle dangle. All right, I'm gonna put, we're not using those teeny tiny gold paper clips. Okay, it's good to know. All right, we'll just use these mini paper clips. So I've already made one. I need 4 because there's only 4 pages and we're gonna put them on top of each other, right? So maybe I can, it doesn't really matter what color, does it? Maybe it does. Maybe I should use matching. I'll make one additional and put that one aside because it's a different paper clip. So I'll stick this somewhere else. Okay. Whoa. I should put these in my tray. Oh. Honestly. Okay. My husband came home and got me all flustered. Alright, so I'll add these things. I'm pretty sure I got these on Amazon. I'm almost positive. Okay, so we're not going to do that method. So I'm going to just quickly put these together. What was I saying about the which way the dent was going? I want to make sure that when it's on top of the jingle bell that it's curved up. For lack of, I don't know how to explain it. Okay, we'll see if I'm getting it right. So I think if you put it with the curve onto the paper, the curve going down onto the paper clip, I think it should be the right way. Once we get it around there, yes, it will be. And then put the paper clip. Put the paper jingle bell. See, words gone. Okay. Yeah, that's cute. All right, 3 more. So I was right. The part that's caved in, dented in, goes on first. I'll put it that away, facing that away. These are very fidgety. If you want to skip this part, if you don't want to do this part, I understand. I'm getting hot too. Good grief. I mean, I was already hot. And now I'm hotter. Wow. Boy, that was a challenge, wasn't it? Okay. Let me sort these back out again so I don't get them confused. Alright, so now I'm gonna go through, let's do the front and back of this first page together, and then I'll do all the rest of them fast forwardy. Okay. Okay. Now I need to decide. I forget which way I was going to do it. Not that way. I was going to do it this way. Happy holidays. So I'm going to do the green thingies on the red pages, and then the red on the green. So I need to decide how far I want these sticking out. That's probably good. That's probably good. Little past that little part there, and I'm just going to put glue in the middle here so that, oops, well, that's fine, so that you can still put your picture there. Alright, is it straight? I can't tell. Straight enough. It's a good thing about Fabri-Tac. It does give you a little bit of wiggle room. Right, and then that one will go right there. Right? Is that right? Yeah. Right through the middle. Let's put a little bit there. right? And then we do this tiny little paper clip. Oh, that's cute. And see how it's sticking out just a little bit further, but that's okay. It's gonna have to in order for that to be dingle-dangly. Dinkle-dangle? Okay, I'm gonna do the rest now. Okay, that was a little fiddly, not gonna lie, but I think it turned out just adorable. Absolutely. So when you turn that page, you're gonna hear that little jingle jingle. All right, you remember there's gonna be something on this side and something on this side, and the tabs are gonna be covered, the fins and stuff are gonna be covered. So, yes, what do you think? Okay, all right, that is all I have for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you give it a try and let me know what you think about having maybe a shaker somewhere. I don't know where. Maybe add some shaker elements. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts. But be sure to, I really like the way this turned out. Be sure to give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video, and make sure you leave me a comment. Tell me your thoughts. Make sure you're subscribed, all the things. And thank you so much for joining me today. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.